Hello everybody, what is up? It is your boy WolfKing here. Today we are going to be doing some Prison Architect. It's going to be a new Let's Play series I'm going to be doing on the channel, kind of in between all the streaming over on Twitch. Speaking of which, if you haven't already, go follow me over there. That way you can kind of watch whenever I go live. I do more stuff like Raft and Fallout 76 over there right now. But yeah, let's get set. So, I'm gonna pick the desert uniforms because I kind of like the way they look. And of the 5, it's the only one I actually have, so one of the only 2 I actually have. Alright, of the wardens, we'll go with just kind of the basic warden. And we'll go with randomized of all dogs. Now, for the actual world size, we're gonna go with medium. We're gonna start with 50,000. We're going to do a default plot, and legacy for winter and weather and intensity. Gangs and dynamic reputations will be on low and legacy. Yeah, we'll do low. We'll leave Fog of War off just because it makes actually viewing it for you guys not as enjoyable. You can't really see much of what's going on. We'll turn on failure conditions, generate forests, events, temperature, staff needs, and escape plans. Kind of make it as realistic as this game can get at times. Alright, so let's save these and we'll get going. So I'm gonna start off by we're gonna start off by pausing because they're gonna immediately have needs that they're gonna need fulfilled. We're gonna start by reading the CEO's letter. Dear Sir and Madam, congratulations on completing your basic induction. You are now a fully qualified prison architect. I'm curious who I got qualified through, because I don't think I am. Soon you'll be designing, building, and running your own prison, starting from nothing but an empty plot of land and a few stacks of bricks. Before you get started, I thought I might share some important lessons with you. Every prison needs a warden. He should be one of your first hires. Build him a nice office and open up a whole range of advanced facilities via the bureaucracy system. Individual jail sales are expensive, especially early on when funds are tight. Save money by starting with a single large holding cell, which can be shared between many prisoners at once. Get your kitchen and canteen up and running before the first prisoners show up, and be sure to hire some cooks. Nothing irritates a prisoner more than an empty stomach. Building a prison is an expensive undertaking. You need to become a master of raising large volumes of money through the grants and contracts. You can access these grants through the report screen. That's about everything. Good luck. Alright, we're gonna delete that. Ignore him. He has provided no helpful information. And accept your first grant. We'll probably start with Basic Detention Center and Administration Center. Because I figure best way we can do this is you go to planning. We can start designing our prison. So, how do I want to do this? I think I want to do pathways of 2, leading all the way up from the road. Yeah, we'll have this start a little farther back, about 4. All right, let's start off with the administration side of things. So, if this is the prison, we'll come out maybe 30 on each side. For a grand total of 62. Okay. And maybe we'll do 62 out here. 62 and 62. And this will be our kind of starting wall. It's not using all of our land, but it's using enough of it. And then maybe we'll have it come in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually, we'll have it come out another 10, because then we can do this and have this kind of like that. I kind of like this because this gives us an exterior wall as well. So how far is that actually now? That's 38 now. Okay. Which is a grand total of 79 to there, so 79 to 79. Okay. And then we'll run this little additional perimeter fence all the way around the outside. And what this is going to do for us is it's going to help ensure that if they dig any tunnels, we can have some dogs eventually patrolling out here that will help sniff those out. You know, don't want the prisoner escaping. That wouldn't be good for us. We might lose our prison if that happens. So we have the basic layout started. One of the first things we're going to want to do really is tear down all of these trees. And what else we can do is set up a little building kind of out here. And we'll turn this into maybe a staff room and a little utility room. So our first utilities are a power station, which is a 5x5, and a water station, which is a 3x3, which can be that. 6 there, 7 there. Alright, now that's 6 there, 6 there. Maybe we'll bring this out one more. So we can put our base, or we can bring that in there. Oh, wrong thing. Go back to objects. Bring that there, have our power station here, our water station here. Put that here. Turn this into a small little room, maybe a janitor's closet. And have this be the main staff room. However, to go with the main staff room, what do we want? What do we want? Weather's going to be an issue, so they're going to get cold. So, actually right here we can put a boiler. Maybe bring this out here and put a kitchen. And we'll bring this down here. And make this part of that main staff room entrance. And then have this be the staff room. And then we're going to need some offices, so maybe coming off the staff room, we want to do some standard office sizes of 6x6. So we'll design some offices real quick. And there's a lot of open space though. Alright, let's see what can we do here? Maybe what I can do is separate this. It's its own little building. And we'll leave these little 2x2 spaces around all the buildings as well, just for plenty of walk room. But this way we can have a little 4 there, which gives us that, which is a 6x6. So what we can do is have another little 6x6 office here, and another one right here. Alright, and then we can have a little walkway, and then another 6x6 offices all here. And then that gives us a little small office building right here. We're going to turn off auto lights, otherwise it's going to start throwing down some lights for us. And maybe, just to get our guys in here, we're going to have them start off by assembling this and assembling this. Kind of even before we really start throwing in some fencing, because everything costs money. Like this fencing is $3 a square foot, so if you throw it, that's actually not too bad, 927. So what we'll do is we'll throw in our first layer of fencing all along here. All the way up to here. And then we can get some doors. We can get a fence gate. Oh, I can't rotate how I want it. Will that work? That might work. I hope that works. Let me prioritize this side, they'll install it. There we go. So we have our fence gate, and I'm going to have them prioritize these two buildings, actually. I'm going to prioritize this building right here that we just started, because the faster they get this one done, the faster I can have my staff room together, my kitchen, my utility room, and kind of whatever I end up doing with this eventually. I might partly turn into a janitor closet, maybe, because as you can see from this screen right here, there is a lot of different rooms that we could kind of go with on this. So, yeah. And this is going to help us finish Administration Center because we have 6 office spaces, which covers this. We can hire the warden and the accountant to both go in here. All right, let's see. As you can see, as they slowly build their way through here. And then this is going to be our utility room. Like I said, this is going to be like a staff kitchen. This one right here is probably going to be a cleaning cupboard at some point, but I'm not 100% sure yet. And this is going to be our staff room. So they have a place they can go, rest, and kind of go about their business. Once we have the accountant, we can also see our daily cash flow, kind of see where our money's sitting. A good room to start off with that I didn't even get yet because I wasn't thinking about it is the 9x5, just to match everything else down here. Exports, as well as a 9x5 storage right here. So what this does is, after we get materials or anything, instead of just leaving it sitting here, they will store it here. Or like with these chop down trees, what they'll do is they'll take the logs and they'll put it in exports, and then they'll send it off to get sold. All right, and then this room is now up and running, so let me throw in the additional walls. And I'm just going, brick walls, brick buildings for now. I'll eventually put some actual design into the prison, but for now, this is kind of all I want to do. And then I'll throw in all of these, as these are all free utilities. There's going to be my water station, and then water heater. So what this is going to work is water's going to run off these pipes. Water heaters are going to run off of the hot water pipes to wherever you're running them to. For example, wherever you have radiators, like I will put, let's see, where can we put radiators? I'll put one here and one here. And then I'm just going to run hot water pipes to them. Okay. Yeah. And that should be good there. And then eventually, another thing you can do if you want, just to add another layer of design, is the different landscaping elements as well as floors, just to kind of give it a nice look. Like you can create stepping stone pathways. Those are more for water. But even then where's that? You can do fiery fields, grassy fields, there's wooden floors. But that's kind of one of those things that you don't necessarily want to start right away. You only have so much money realistically. Like even starting off with 6 offices is a bit much, but that's because you end up needing them faster than you think at first. And I'll put some lights together and throw these in here. Let me think of how I want to do this, just to kind of give it proper coverage. Put at least 4 lights in each room. This one can't quite have 4 because you can't put them directly over utilities. And that spaces that out evenly. Okay. Another thing you're going to need is once this is set up, which actually I'm surprised I haven't finished these yet. So we'll have them finish. We'll have them prioritize finishing up this room, just so I can kind of get this going. And like I said, what we're going to need is we're going to have a staff room in here. We're going to want a kitchen right here. And then this is going to be a room that we haven't quite fully decided yet. So And if we go to, which room was it? Ooh, I don't have it yet because I don't have the right guy built or bought. So what we'll do is we'll prioritize this. I'm kind of finishing up this room now because it's going to be real important here in a second. And we'll also prioritize putting together this. So what they really need is a drink machine, which we'll get a drink machine here. Oh, another thing, you have to be careful not to overload your power stations, which would mean I need a capacitor, and I didn't think to put one in because I just didn't think to put one in. You can't put it in until you actually have your power station built, and I forgot to throw it back in after that was done. But another thing you need to do is make sure you run proper wiring everywhere. So like this is going to be proper wiring to there. And then another thing you can do is just run the wire out through this wall and underground into this building. And then if I do something like this, it should cover all the areas in here. And then if you need more, you can always put more wiring wherever you might need it in order to get the power where you need it. And I'm gonna put all the different lights in here. I like to make my lights somewhat realistic. You don't really need to, but I think it gives it just a nice touch. And now that that's on, you can switch this on. And now we have power, which actually, I'm going to get 2 more capacitors and put those in there. I have a second power station, so I'm going to sell that for another 4,200, and another water station I'll sell for 4,250. You're not supposed to start with 2. I think I might have accidentally bought one when I was first getting stuff set up here, but that's fine. That is what it is. And then we'll make this an office. We'll make this an office. We'll get started with the warden. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some filing cabinets, a desk, and an office chair. And eventually, this is more a temporary office for now. Eventually I might demo out this building, put something else in here. But if I get these 2 things kind of expedited, what it's going to do is, oh, notebook page. Alright, cool. Those are cool Easter eggs you can get, is all the different notebook pages. But we're not going to put too much focus on that. I'm going to go back to speeding this up. And then what I'm going to do is, once his office is done, he will start letting me do research. And this is the bureaucracy tree, which is also kind of just a research tree. So what I'm going to do is, for the grant we have to get finance and hire an accountant, but I'm also going to get started on micromanagement, prison policy, and maintenance. These do different things. Finance will let me do kind of the financial things. You can get your taxes to go down in the game, which helps earn you more money. Micromanagement kind of lets you pick and choose how different things are happening in the prison. Prison policy lets you set up different schedules, and then maintenance is great for cleaning. I will eventually be coming back to look into more of these things, such as security, psychology, health, education, legal, but we'll come back to that later. For now, I'm more worried about just the stuff I need for the grants. And then eventually as well, the stuff I'm going to need for... Wait a minute. I'm getting off topic here, but I'm missing a fence. So that's something you have to be careful with, as well as if I had prisoners coming in and I was just missing a fence, they could very well have escaped. But also I'm hoping to have my prison a little more planned out, have this second layer of fence in probably, just because otherwise that is going to be way too dangerous. And my accountant should be good, so now I have an accountant. So, he's going to continue researching other things, but I have finished that grant. So what we can do is, we can go take another grant if we want. There's different ones we can take. There's staff well-being, which would be a great one to have, but I would have to hire guards, which is not good for me yet, as I don't want to hire any guards until I need them, because that's going to be expensive. All right, another thing I need is sofas. I don't want to do the sofas. Put a sofa here, as well as some TVs for him. And then I have a drink machine there. So what I'll do is also take a recycle bin, a little trash bin, put that over there. Let's see. I'll put a water cooler for him right here. Actually, instead of that, I'll put a recycling bin. Put a snack machine right there. And then to give him something to do. No, where's it at? I just saw it. Can't find it now, but I'll also take the serving station, put this in here. This will allow them to get food from the kitchen, which requires me as well to get everything set up in here. So I'm going to need a sink, I'm going to need a cooker, and fridge. And that's kind of it for in here. That's all I'm really going to need. I'm going to get a recycle bin, and just because I already purchased one, a trash bin. So I'm going to need to get power over to these, and I have to get water up to this. So what I'll do is I'll bring a main water pipe down through here, and off this main water pipe, I will just run this small little water line. And I'll do it like that so it doesn't waste too much. And then once this is all done, as you can see, my power station's about just over half, so we gotta have to be careful on that. But from here, I can also hire a cook. And what this is gonna do is, right now it says there's no canteens accessible, but I can take this and tell it to feed to the staff room. So this cook will now clean dishes, fill up things, cook stuff, and feed our staff. Alright, next up, maintenance is done, so I'm going to start unlocking groundskeeping, cleaning. Just groundskeeping, cleaning. And then what I need to do is I need to build a new office, once again for this guy. And this isn't something I necessarily needed to do right now, but I'd rather get this started sooner rather than later. So I'll give him the typical office setup. Like that. So as soon as this is done, he can get started on researching those. Sorry, I can kind of start getting clean. Because you can see right here, all the dirt, moss, and debris. And then out here, eventually, like if I have grass or whatever, it gets this kind of mossy mold texture to it. And that just means it needs to be cleaned. And the landscapers that you can hire, when they're unlocked, these guys will do that. Or they call them gardeners. I'm going to call them landscapers. And then I have my janitors, which they clean all the inside stuff. So, I can remove this from the planning. So we have our kind of main stuff set up here for our guards and everything. Next up, we're going to start setting up for prisoners. So we'll come up here and we'll set up our first thing, which is going to be just kind of a basic holding cell. And I'll probably put a door here for it and a door here for it. Next up, we're going to need a shower. So we'll set up a little shower building. Once again, kind of a two-door system. And then what we'll do is maybe we'll have some little area here where we can have showers on one side, showers on the other. So maybe I'll do this in order to give as much room as possible. I can have showers here, here. Actually, what I could do is if I bring it out to here, I can have showers here, showers here, showers here, showers here, space area, a shower here, a space area. So I want 3 between here and here. Space showers, space showers, space showers. And that's kind of a good plan there. I'd move my cat real quick. She's kind of trying to sit and keep me company, but she's fallen asleep sitting up. I'd rather her not fall off my table. That would be unfortunate, and I'd be required to laugh at her by law. So we have the shower set up, which actually this seems a bit big for our shower needs. Maybe we'll do this instead. I don't have room there, room here. And maybe I won't do. I'll only do showers off of these. So it's gonna be showers here and here, here and here. So let me get the water set up for that right now. Just so I have the rough layout, and then I can run a water line through here off of that. Get that set up ahead of time, and then I'll run my electrical line right next to it. Like on record, I only half know what I'm talking about. I do construction in my day-to-day, so I do somewhat know what I'm talking about sometimes. It's also why I'm calling it like electrical line and water line instead of the large pipe and electrical cable. Alright, so let's see, how do I want to do this? Let me finish setting up the rest of it. So, I'm going to need a canteen and a kitchen for the prisoners. So this is going to be my canteen. And then right off of that is where I'll have my kitchen in here. And I'll have a staff door up here and a staff door here. And then prison door side. The prisoners can come in here and staff can come in here. So I'm going to have sinks. I'm going to have stoves. I don't want to do this. Maybe like that. I'll have freezers and then 3 stoves. Or maybe 3 freezers and 2 stoves. Or I can do my freezers here, stoves here, stoves here. And maybe I'll put like a little wall right here. Just a little separation wall. Do I have a good wall I could use for that, just for design purposes? Let's see, concrete. Nah, I don't really want concrete. Maybe a tiled wall? It's a kitchen, that would make at least some sense. So I want it to look nice, but I want it to be functional. Oh, there you go. Wall panels. And we want... We'll do a wood wall panel. But we're not going to put that in yet, because we haven't even finished building anything. And then... See, I can have up here my cooking station with some trash cans. And then tables and chairs are going to be 3x4s, which gives us a little 2x2x2 everywhere walking except for right here, but that's fine because that's going to be more sitting area. So, this is going to leave us all this open space to later expand to, but that's fine for now, because I realistically would prefer to have more space to expand. This is more, like I said, all just kind of temporary areas. And this is going to be the yard. So, as our way of doing the yard, just to have something done that's expensive, I changed my mind. They will wait to get anything that fancy. And then I will get started on building my 3 rooms. So, in order to get everything set up, I'm going to have doors get started too. So we'll have our large doors right here and right here. And just as a kind of staff access, I'll put a... no, I don't want a chance of them being able to get out. We'll leave that as those. That's going to be a... We'll do a large door here, and we'll do a staff door here. So that's what I'll do. Instead of this, I'll take a staff door and put that there. So every room has staff access as well as access for prisoners, because the way the jail doors work in this game is only a guard can open them. So this way, like my staff, like my janitors, my workers right here, they can get in and still fix things if they get broken by angry prisoners or work on them. Or if it's just prisoners entering, they can enter through this way and the guards can open the doors for them. And I believe once I want to say it's deployment, but I could be wrong. It's been a bit since I played this game properly. They will actually let me pick this is a worker only area to enter, this is a prisoner only enter area. Otherwise, they might try and enter by themselves, however they want, both ways. But I think that's also a good place to leave it. So this is our kind of getting set up. We're 8 days into our prison right now. And I just personally want to say thank you all for watching. I have truly hope you enjoyed. And I look forward to seeing you all in the next video, where hopefully we will continue expanding our prison and getting our first prisoners in. All right, well, thank you very much. Peace out.